Good day everyone, especially to you ma'am, good day. I am Lady Lynn Balaki Villarmino from BSED English 1C. I am here to discuss the great transformation of pronunciation of English that was called the Great Vowel Shift. The Great Vowel Shift refers to the major change in the pronunciation of vowels and also how the English language is spoken. The shift roughly. It has occurred in England between the middle 14th century and the 18th century, although some argued that it may have started earlier and did later. Otto Harry Jespersen, he coined the term the Great Vowel Shift. A Danish linguist was the first to study this phenomenon in data. So he is also an Anglicist who focused at the time was on the history of language. Jespersen described the Great Vowel Shift in his 1909 work, A Modern English Grammar on Historical Principles. The Great Vowel Shift represents the transition from Middle English to Modern English, and it's mostly affected that so-called long vowels. Other linguists have challenged this traditional view, like Svedberg. He viewed the concept of Great Vowel Shift as a unitary event is illusory, that the changes started earlier than has been assumed, and the changes took longer to be completed than most handbooks claim. In any event, the Great Vowel Shift had a profound effect on English pronunciation and spelling, leading to many changes in the correspondence between the vowel letters and vowel phonemes. So, the starting point of the Great Vowel Shift is the system of long vowels from Middle English. So, there were 7 long vowels in the Middle English, and you can see them here arranged in the usual representation of vowels. Space. So this is the Middle English long vowels. The Great Vowel Shift involves movement of each of those files. So one piece of this was the movement of the high front E to the center point of vowel space. So E comes to be pronounced as an A. That's an schwa plus a kind of diphthong. So a word tida becomes tida. So same kind of change happens when the high back vowel, the O, lowers into the middle of the space and diphthongs guy says, and so a word like loud becomes loud. So another part of the shift is the raising of the higher mid vowels. E goes to E. So sweat goes to sweet, and O goes to U. So full becomes full. So next is the lower part of space long A fronts and become more of a long A. So tala becomes tala. And the next one is the lower mid vowels E and O, raised to the spots of E and O. So head comes to heat, and boot comes to boot. The next one is the which previously and raises to the so tala becomes tel. Then the E was originally an right? So the word head in the Middle English was hat, that previously we saw it raised to the height. Now it raises to the heat, so E to E. Then the final piece is the lowering of the diphthongs, A and to I and ow. So the word tide in the Middle English was tid. In the early stages, it went to tade, and now it's lowering to tide. And the loud went to loud, and Now it's lowering to the loud, the way we pronounce it today. So here are the points to remember. Number 1, the great vowel shift is limited to the English language. Number 2, the shift affected words of both ancestry and borrowing French and Latin. 3 is, as a result, the Middle English has quite radically differing pronunciation in modern English. Then lastly, the great vowel shift has had long-term implication for, among other things, spelling, the technique of reading, and understanding of any English language text written before or during the shift. So, who cares? Isn't that the most important questions? English is an unusual language, full of word spelling and pronunciation. The great vowel shift helps to explain why things change and how. And question I can't help but ask, could we go through this again? Our language has already changed significantly because of technology. Will future generations speak the same we do? Now, what caused all of these changes? Well, no one agrees. Linguists posit that it could be several things, possibly mass migration, social mobility, the influence of the French language. It could have been all of those things or none. There are even theories that it was simply a social thing, where a well-respected person pronounced something slightly different and people started to copy. Whatever it was, it happened and still happening. Language is changing and always will be, especially with the interconnected nature of our modern societies. The spread of ideas and cultures that we enjoy today just quickest English evolution. Who knows what it will sound like in another 100 years. Whatever the cost of this medieval vowel shift, it led to a dramatic change in pronunciation, spelling, and even use of letters. This vowel shift is the English language can be best felt through the works of great writers and has very much left in marks on history. And that's all for my report. Thank you.